Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. I have a yin for hips. This class is only going to be about a half an hour with an optional shavasana for as long as you can do it at the end. And you definitely will need two blocks as well as a blanket, or you could use another yoga mat that you've rolled. Optionally, have any crystals that make you feel calm and relaxed, anything diffusing, any oils that you love. If you wanted to have something that you rub for a little bit and take really nice deep inhales beforehand, anything that can help you calm down. And when you're ready, I'll find you on your mats. We're going to come to our backs. All right, so be really cozy for yin. Definitely have on whatever is going to make you feel like you could stay forever. Rolling down really softly, or put your hands out to the sides to help you roll down. We're coming all the way down to our backs. And then from here, drawing our right knees into our chests. Take a little hug of that knee. And our first position is thread the needle, or figure four, flexing strong through your right foot. Crossing right over the left thigh, and then gently use your right hand to push away, opening through your hip. When you're ready, we're going to reach through the window here, and you're welcome to straighten your left leg or keep it bent. When you pull in your figure four, I like to reach through and hold my left thigh so I can use my right elbow to press away on that hip flexor a little bit. And then gently allow your shoulders to roll down into the mat. Feeling free once you find your postures to just completely let go. Close your eyes, big, beautiful breaths, asking yourself where you can let go of tension. And wherever you're feeling sensation is the exact area that we want to send all of our breath to. Just a few more breaths in here. Let's let go of our hands and allow our arms to fall either in goalposts or all the way out towards the side. Drop your left foot back to the earth and then allow your knees to fall over to the left. So we still have the figure four configuration. Right foot is flat, and we take our left arm and press away on that right knee. Again, opening up through your hip flexor. It might feel really nice to reach your right arm all the way up and overhead. If it's too much, it can reach into a goalpost formation. Stretching out long through your right side. And you're always looking wherever it feels really good for your neck. Try to soften your jaw. Unclench and then allow your tongue to rest heavily on the back of your bottom teeth. Relaxing all four corners of your eyes and behind your eyes. Seeing that space behind your third eye. Free and clear. If there's any thoughts that come, just let them float right through and out of your awareness, focusing your breath down towards your hip flexor, your low back. Softening through your left shoulder on the arm that's pushing your knee away. Let's take a few more breaths in together here. When you're ready, gently unwinding and always coming out of postures in the way that feels best for you. I'm going to bring both of my arms flat again. I like to bring fingers to sky for these goalposts. And I'm slowly pressing through the outer left leg to rise back up into my figure four. Uncross legs, feet wide, knees together for a steeple knee. Constructive rest here. I love resting a hand on heart and a hand on belly, just feeling the effects of our posture. You can take as long as you would like in between your postures. When the time feels right, toe heel back in, heels back underneath, drawing left knee into your chest, and just give it a big hug with relaxed shoulders. Flex your left foot strong and cross it over your right thigh. This should feel comfy. Your bone, your ankle bone, is off of your thigh. Heavy through the right arm, left fingertips push away to start to open up through the left hip flexor. And you're always welcome to stay with option number one right here. Or we reach through this little window, you choose. You want to hold your left thigh. I like to hold the right thigh, and I like to straighten my right leg, really flexing and getting energetic through the toes. And then, like a sigh of relief, just soften down. Shoulders heavy, toes relaxed. Sometimes these postures feel so good. It's like a walk in the park that you never want to leave. But if they ever feel tight, constricting, it's hard to breathe, back off. Take a little bit of an easier option, maybe one we just passed through. And alternatively, we can try to find some solace. I like to envision a smile. And then sometimes it finds its way to your own lips. You just feel lighter and happier. You can also hear a child's giggle or your favorite laugh in your mind, just bringing a lightness to your thoughts instead of thinking, oh, that hurts or that's tight. You just think about something happy and let go. Let's take one more big breath in here. You're welcome to stay, or you can add on with me. We're slowly unclasping, and there's never going to be any time to rush through this. Arms however you like to support you. Right toes tap down, and the whole lower half falls to the right side. So this can feel really intense. And if it's too far, the ground is built too low where you are, you're welcome to take a block or a pillow. It doesn't have to be a yoga block. We can make up our accessories right under your left foot, right under your right thigh, or both at the same time. Remember that we want this to feel delicious, like your hips are melting as honey would do on a hot day. So you feel great, you stay. If you want a little more, left arm reaches up overhead into that goalpost or all the way. And then how can you breathe new life into your whole left side? Right fingertips, you're welcome to push away on that left thigh, or the right side body can just relax. Looking where your neck feels really comfy, but you may want to try a few spots in the beginning to see where you feel the biggest stretch. How can I pause and release? Trying to breathe in and inflate lower half of belly just like it's a balloon. Really breathing deeply here. We have the time to slow down and relax. So let's see if we can lengthen, deepen, widen our breath. So everything is going in every direction. We may feel left to right, expansion, top to bottom. Take one more big, luxuriously long and slow breath in here. And then on the way out, we always want to pause to feel the effects, bringing your both shoulders, anywhere that they need to be to support yourself back up. Remember, uncrossing legs can feel a little easier. Help your legs, if they need it, to uncross. Constructive rest again, like a steeple with our knees, wherever your arms are heavy and relaxed. This time, let's separate our knees and a soft, very soft windshield wiper, side to side. If your hands are in the way, spread your arms. When you get back to your left side, your knees are both falling over to the left. And this is another great time to take one block or two under anywhere and any size that they need to be to support your lower legs. If your legs are reaching the floor or you've already placed something soft down to cushion you, just land gently. This is a great place to stay. We're feeling this twist in our pelvis, our hip flexors, our abdomen. If we're feeling it really big in our knees or our low backs, let's definitely use some accessories to prop us up. If you'd like some more, your left foot would rise and it's crossing over that right knee. And then we try to soften down through this posture. Feels great, right? Remembering to look wherever it feels good. Right arm can rise overhead again. We always have options to extend. And anything you're thinking about you might like to do, please do. Most importantly, let's breathe really deep. And once you find your favorite place to stay, we're allowing stillness to come over us. Getting into our fascia and out of our muscles. Every time we move, our muscles re-engage. The more still we can be, the more we can get into those deep tissues. If you're looking to add on again to this posture, we may want to uncross the left foot from the right knee. We would sweep our right arm down and around. I like to think of this as grabbing a hold of your tail. Sometimes it's referred to as cattail. Right hand might reach down for the top of that right foot. So again, we may have uncrossed our left foot, a little less intensity for our stretch. You're also always welcome to use other props such as straps or belts. So I could have lassoed up this foot, or if I had someone around me practicing as well, they could help me lasso it up, and I could gently hold my strap or my belt here instead. If we've gotten to a place in our add-ons where our breath has become difficult and hitched, it's our signal that we should back off a tad bit. Maybe we come back to our first posture. Otherwise, let's take 2 more deep breaths in before we release. Sometimes you feel a bit of a sensation like something's going to sleep. I like to think of that as energy. That's all that energy buzzing around in those areas. In your own time, let's uncross the left leg. Let go of any cattails we may have had. Sweep arms out to the side, pressing strong through shoulder girdle, and then roll knees back up. And if there's something aside from a windshield wiper that feels really good to you, please do it. Remember that constructive rest, steeple knees in between is nice. To check in and see what spaces we've created with our in-breath, what tightnesses, blockages we've been able to release with our out-breath. When you feel good, knees open, The windshield wipers come back. You may even feel a little bit more movement because you've opened something up, become a bit more flexible somewhere. This time when your knees get back over to your right side, remember to switch the blocks if you really love them. Bringing everything on over here. We could prop up. Arms are going wherever they're super, super happy. And I only have one block, but if you needed more or you need your block on a higher setting, please do. If this feels really, really good and you think I could do a little more, right foot is going to cross over the left knee. Oh, wow. So that's a big release. Remembering that if our knees feel bad or our low backs feel bad, then we're going to undo what we've just done and go back, prop ourselves up a little higher. And then once you arrive, really arrive deep into the present moment, deepening our breath, letting go of any unnecessary thoughts. Erasing any lines of concentration and focus on our faces. In your mind's eye, see yourself. And then can you unclench jaw tension, soften your cheeks and all those beautiful lines around your eyes that tell those stories and are full of memories. Just for the moment, let them go, soften. Brow becomes one smooth, gentle surface, no lines of focus. Let everything just melt away for the moment. I'm hoping that gooey honey sensation has arrived and you feel so sublime that you don't want to move. But if you'd like a little more, your left arm will reach up right down before the top of your left foot. And then we're going to take hold. If you have your cattail, remember to let go. Some of us may have our right arm extending overhead. And when you start to feel the buzzy sensation, maybe it's in your toes that are crossed over the knee, your right toes, and they feel really buzzy. Remember to let that be. We're going to recognize and appreciate all the new energy swirling around these areas. And every time you exhale, a little bit of tension dissolves. Maybe it was in our facial features again, so they're really soft and relaxed. Slowly letting go of your cattail if you had it, or easing right foot off the knees. I always like to bring my arms back to goalpost so that I can slowly roll back to center. If your low back is really beat right now, you can turn to your right side and roll up in the fetal position for a more gentle transition. Back to constructive rest. Just take a second and see what's new in your body, your breath, your mind. See what feels clear, refreshed, and more open, like you've thrown open some curtains and let the light in. Any movements you need in between postures, otherwise knees separate, and your hands reach down to clasp the sides of your yoga mat or your blanket, whatever you're on. From here, tilt the pelvis up, my tailbone tilted towards the backs of my knees, and I'm peeling my spine off my mat to rise. A little bit more, and then gluing back down through the upper spine, mid spine, lower spine, and finally tip of tailbone. Let's try that again. Tuck pelvis up, tailbone towards backs of knees, roll up, finding our way into bridge, but we're going to take one more really slow, luxurious spinal articulation. Roll all the way up. Any breath that suits you here. If your knees are bothering you, squeeze them more in towards your midline. And when you're ready, rise and hold. Now this is where we definitely want our block or our pillows. Any setting will do. We're sitting it right underneath our pelvis. Feel okay? Any setting will do. Remember, if you need more support, we can pat ourselves up a little higher, or you may need a bigger support. So we may want to lower our block and make it a little wider, or just use pillows, blankets, anything. Drawing our right knees into our chest, flex your foot, get really active in your toes. I always like to start with some energy, and then grab a hold here. Making sure you feel safe with your prop under your low back. We're extending the left leg. Now you may or may not extend your left leg. Hopefully feeling sensation in the left hip flexor, down through your left front of thigh. If it's really big in the low back, let's use different props. Try to ease our way out and definitely rebend your knee so it's not so intense. Remembering to try to let go when you have an opportunity. Envisioning that smile or hearing that giggle if it's really, really tough in this posture. We want it to be soft and easy. That's what we're going for here, releasing your shoulders. We're hanging on to this side for just a tiny bit longer than we have in our other postures in class today. Breathing easy, but expansively. Try to breathe to the tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, and all the way across your scalp along the back of your neck. It may feel good to tuck your chin and lengthen the back of your neck. Softening around the corners of your eyes. Even when I think I'm relaxed, I'll find some tension there. Trying to let go any squinting, any little lines that we can get rid of. Just a few more breaths in this posture. If you ever need to release and come out of a posture earlier, please listen to your body. But on your next exhalation, if you're still with me, let's slowly rebend our left knee and very slowly undo our right knee so it can come back down to supported bridge. Your sides of your body are never the same. So if we need a little something different on another side, that's totally fine. When you feel ready, let's begin to move on. Left knee comes into your chest. And if we can't grab around the shin, remember, we can always grab around something that's more accessible. Just the top of your thigh. We could use that belt or that strap around for extra hold. If we want a little more, right leg, it may just come out a few inches. It may extend all the way out. Our sensation is in the right hip flexor, right thigh. Asking ourselves, how can we let go more? Even though I'm holding on with my arms, I'm trying to release my shoulders. I may take some really big sighs of exhalation to get shoulder tension out of my way so I can focus on more important things like our hips. Softening again around the corners of your eyes. The only tension we'd ever want on our faces is the corners of our mouth. Maybe they're upturned just a little bit. Sometimes yin yoga is hard not to smile through. It feels so good. Just a few more breaths in here. But we're going to try to make them the longest, slowest breaths of our practice today. Seeing if we're noticing any movement on this last breath. Maybe our thighs feel like they're starting to fall open a bit. Our left knee has fallen closer to chest. Right toes have relaxed more out to the side. All really good signs that softening is happening. And with a real gentleness, we'll start to regain our position. Right leg slides in slowly. Hands let go of our left knee. You stay here as long as it feels good, or you may be ready to slip out your props so that you can find your way back down, articulating your spine slowly from top to bottom. When the tip of your tailbone is back down on the ground, we're taking a moment again. Steepling our knees allows our back to spread open wide, as if you've put some butter in a pan and it's spreading out wide with the warmth. Try to envision it spreading as wide as your feet are on the mat. Windshield wipers may be calling to you. Arms are wherever they're really happy here. And then we're realigning knees with hip bones, heels under knees. Right arm reaches all the way up and overhead. Left arm reaches all the way up and overhead. And then turn over to your right side for a moment, just supporting yourself here. I like to then bring my left hand down too, just to kind of prop me up so I feel really safe in this fetal position. And you're slowly making your way for our final posture into a seated forward fold. So when you get up, take all the time you need to adjust. You may like to sit up on the edge of a blanket or a small pillow. Most definitely, we're taking that blanket roll I mentioned we needed. So I've just rolled up a blanket here. And we're slipping it under the backs of our knees. And then spread your legs wide, just enough so that you can take a block or pillows or several blocks in between your thighs. And that way we have something to lean forward and on. Lastly, anything you may want under your belly to provide you some support and relief. It's also a wonderful massage for our internal organs. When we arrive, we're slowly melting forward and down. We may not make contact with our blocks, but remember, they can be as high as need be to rest your head. Undoing toes, letting fingers fall heavy. Unclenching jaw and facial muscles. If you don't need anything under your head, feel free to release it. You can also allow your head to hang heavy, which can pull a little bit bigger on our backs. All the way down, we're feeling that stretch, hopefully, right down through our heels, the whole back body. And over time, you may notice that your arms feel like they could stretch out more because relaxation has taken over. Flip palms up, maybe. Although we're trying not to move, we're definitely inviting those moments of heaviness in. So if things start to let gravity take over and become really heavy, we're not fighting that, we're letting it happen. Staying alert and awake as we progress through our final posture, feeling your ribs widen, uplift, become more spacious on every inhalation. Maybe feeling some buzzing, some energy moving, or some heaviness coming in through the backs of our legs, the front of our torsos, easing our way more towards the ground. Just a few more breaths in here together. We definitely want to support ourselves on the way out, so I always recommend using an exhalation. When you're ready, flip your palms back down. And let's rise on up, using your hands as if they're climbing up a ladder to help us come all the way to seated. And then just gently softening your gaze, look forward and check in. Once you unfolded, you may have felt all that buzzing sensation slowly leave the backs of your thighs or wherever you're noticing it. Maybe your toes got a little buzzy and they need a little bit of love here. It's nice, especially if you're in a cooler area in your spot, to give a little wiggle, a shimmy, a shake, whatever you may need. And then I encourage you to roll down, all the way down into your final resting posture. You may like to keep this blanket roll under your knees. Slowly coming out and separating legs from one another, separating arms from body. Shoulders lift up, back, and down. You may tuck your shoulder blades just a tiny bit under your back body to open your chest. Tuck your chin towards your chest, lengthening out the back of your neck. And today, yogis, I encourage you to take as long as you possibly can in your Shavasana. Letting the magic really happen, letting the effects of all of those shapes we just created really sink in. Take a moment to be grateful for your beautiful bodies that helped you move today, for your mind that was free and clear with some beautiful breaths. Allow your lips to part, allow your jaw to soften, and all of your facial features to relax and become expressionless. remembering that it's important to stay as long as you possibly can. Give yourself the gift of this ultimate relaxation. Thank you for practicing yin yoga for hips with me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.